Hi, my name is Eric Godfrey. I'm the owner of CO2 for You. If you're watching this video, you have either purchased or are thinking about purchasing one of my high volume CO2 jets. A couple real quick things about safety when working with liquid CO2. Remember, liquid CO2 when it comes out of the tank is approximately 70 degrees below zero. It's very cold. So anything that on my system that is made of metal or brass, it's going to become very cold. So I highly recommend you wear a set of gloves. I also highly recommend that you wear a set of safety glasses. Okay? And in just a few seconds we're going to show you how to operate one of my CO2 jets. Believe it or not, one of the most important parts of the CO2 high volume jet system is this little plastic washer. This washer here goes in between the tank and the connector, and it keeps CO2 from leaking out in places you don't want to see it. So make sure if you have one of these, there will be one included with your system. If you run out of these, you lose it. These are very easy to lose. Make sure you check with your air gas company. These are a dime a dozen. They're very cheap. So go ahead and get plenty of them, have them on hand. All right, so this is your CO2 system right here. This is what's being sent to you. You have your connector, you have your hose, and you have your jet. Now, what you're going to need to do this properly is going to be a very large wrench. Make sure it's a 1-inch crescent wrench. This crescent wrench will be used to tighten the connector onto the tank. And I'm going to show you now how easy it is to operate one of these CO2 jets. I'm going to show you how to operate your high volume CO2 jet. First of all, this is your CO2 tank. This is a 20-pound tank you can get from your local air gas supplier. The difference between a 20-pound tank that you get from your air gas supplier or maybe one that you would get from a local, your concession stand fountain Coke machine, is that this particular tank has to have what they call a dip tube or a siphon tube. Now what that is, it's a tube that is attached to the valve and it pulls the CO2 from the bottom of the tank. You don't want gas, you want the liquid CO2 to create the effect. So to get this hooked up, you take your washer, you take your connector, and you just simply hook it to your valve. Hand tighten it first, then go back in with your wrench and tighten it down just a little bit more. I can get this on there. There we go. And tighten it down. Now, you don't have to be Superman tightening these things down. Simply take it, your wrench, and just make it nice and snug. Then when you're ready to shoot the effect, one thing. On your CO2 jet, there are tiny holes drilled in the back. Try to keep those open. It allows for airflow to go through, and therefore it doesn't produce a lot of CO2 snow that sometimes happens. And then all you have to do is hold it about here and turn on the effect. Austin, you ready? Open the valve and here you go. And that's all it takes. Alright? Make sure there's just a little bit of snow left in there. No big deal. Then when you're done, use your wrench, loosen your nut on the valve. This is where your gloves come in handy because all the metal parts or the brass parts will be cold. And you take the unit off. Now please make sure you don't bend or kink the hose. Leave the hose as flexible as you can. You just definitely don't want to kink this hose, and I usually hang mine in like this. So that's how you operate my CO2 jet. Hope this helps you out. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. Thanks.